The Raptors with a huge win over the Phoenix Suns. 112-105. Welcome to Raptors Tonight, live from Real Sports.
All right, yeah.
I'm Randy Urban, joined by Leo Rautins, Paul Jones. Thanks, Jack.
All right.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that was good stuff right there.
That's sign said applause.
That's why I said applause. We got to cheer. I love
Is that
it.
how they do it on game shows? And we had Bob Eubanks here tonight, right?
We got something better.
We had Drew Eubanks.
Drew Eubanks.
I always think of Bob Eubanks. It was at the Newlywed Game,
Newlywed
right?
Game.
Yes.
Oh, that was a great show.
Yeah, Bob Eubanks.
All right, fellas.
It's a great show tonight.
Yeah,
if
it
you're
was.
a Raptor fan, huh?
Let's get into it. Big win. Sort of unexpected when you look at some of the circumstances surrounding this team coming in off a back-to-back, or coming in on a back-to-back, getting in late. And the performance by Scottie Barnes, just unbelievable.
I thought in the fourth quarter, man, he took over.
took over, yeah.
You know, and he was the only starter with the four reserves. And they've struggled a little bit with that group. And tonight, I just thought he was empowered and really took on every task. Rebound the ball, playmaking, scoring, play with force, play with toughness.
Yeah.
And he had two difficult games in a row. And it was nice to see him bounce back.
Yeah, his numbers kind of have dipped a little bit, Jonesy, since the first 7 games of the season, but tonight felt like a little more Scottie Barnes that we're used to.
Yeah, as Jack said, he, you know, when your leader does something and the other guys fall in line, I thought the Raptors played with tremendous energy all night. Like, you look at their Phoenix's shooting percentage, it never got up above 42 all night. It was 33 at the end of the first quarter, 40 at halftime, 40 after the third, 40.8 at the end of the game. Kevin Durant got 30 points, took him 30 shots.
Yeah.
Ian Booker, 38 points on 42 shots.
Yeah.
Now, Booker was hurt. You could see that. He was dragging the ankle, but
He was playing.
he was out there. And if you're out there, you're right. If you're out there, I don't want to hear it. That said, I thought the defense was really dialed in tonight.
Yeah.
The defense was really dialed in.
Think about what was said here. Raptors would get off a plane at 4 a.m., tired, right, after playing last night, and then you have a game like this. Was it spectacular shooting? Was it unbelievable playmaking? No. It was effort. We're just going to beat you. We're going to out-hustle you. We're going to get that loose ball. We're going to get that offensive rebound. And when you see that, you go, man, if you get this every game, you got a different look, completely different look. And these guys are capable of playing this way. And I think that's kind of been frustrating for people to watch is that, you know, why is that effort not there? Why does it seem lackadaisical?
Why does it come only after a bad loss?
Or against a good team.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to find a way to bottle this and pull it out on a more consistent basis, right?
Yeah. It's funny that reminds me of I'll get right into it right away. There's a question from Sher Khan, or not from Sher Khan, from RS2345. He said the Raptors have so much potential, yet it's puzzling why they fluctuate so much, leaving fans on a roller coaster of emotions. You know, that's sort of what it's been like here early on in the season. Do you see them correcting that with a win like this?
I think there's a reason why they're 9-10. You know, because they're not that team that gentleman is asking for. They're not there yet.
Right.
But they've been there enough where they've beaten Milwaukee, Dallas, Minnesota, Indiana on the road on a back-to-back, and then tonight, Phoenix. So are they teasing you a little bit? No, I just don't think they've reached that point yet where they have broken through with the level of consistency that good teams have yet. Right. They're not a really good team yet. They got a chance to be a good team.
But Jack, isn't there a difference though? The consistency you want to build as a unit and how you play and how you execute versus the consistency of playing hard.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think, I think this is a new coaching staff and they've had training camp in 19 games. And I don't think they are fully formed yet in who they are. But I think we're starting to see glimpses. So I would say, Friday night's game 20, the quarter pole. So what would be the goal, no matter whether they're 10-10 after 20 or they're 9-11 after 20? What would be the goal in the next 20? probably to get to a point where we're all looking for that, like
12-8, 13-7.
where they're steady.
Yeah.
And if they get there, now you're like, okay, but they're not there yet.
Listen, I keep thinking about a team like Orlando. Okay? Good team. And I mean team. Talented, but they come after you and they play together. And we've all been there where you're playing a guy and you're like, man, this guy is just nonstop. Like these guys they keep coming and they keep coming. And that's what they were tonight against Phoenix. And to Leo's point, that's what you need to be every night. And it sets the basis for what Jack's talking about, now being a team that you can, that's the bottom line, that's the bottom layer, that you're playing hard consistently. Now you start building these other things.
I haven't seen a game yet where I saw so many guys hit the floor and get after it like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right? That's the first game.
You're right.
Remember we talked about Orlando? How Shrugs is getting out there and it's like pointing, going after. The Raptors played that kind of a mentality.
Yeah.
To me, that's the first game that we saw something over the top like that in hustle.
And it's funny, you look at it, and when I look at the Raptors right now, the thing that is kind of standing in the way a little bit is just forming that level in little areas. Like tonight, what they do, they made their free throws.
Right.
The last few games, they've done a good job protecting the ball.
They didn't turn it over. Right.
So, I'm looking, there's little subtle things. So, and the bench is playing better. So now, it's coming. Schroeder was good. Pirtle was good. Siakam was good in spots. OG Anunoby's defense was great. I thought their perimeter defense. So there's a lot. I mean, but think about it. Here's the thing that's maddening. If you stacked up Cleveland, Brooklyn, and the Suns, of those three teams, which team would you say the Raptors had the least likely chance of beating? Tonight, and they win it, and they lose the other two. So to your, so they're not there yet.
So then, when they do get there, what are they? What is this team?
Listen, I keep saying this team was 500 last year, and if you looked at things at the end of the year, you'd think the sky was falling.
Yeah.
They were a 500 team that was up, 16, 17 points in the play-in game, and let it go. So you would hope with improvements and giving it time that they would at least be that this year. I mean, that's what I'm hopeful of. That
I think this is a better team than last year.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. A better team.
Why do you say
with
that?
Because of the way the pieces fit together. Yeah. They lost Fred, and people said, "Oh, that's going to kill him."
Schroeder's good for
Schroeder's been good in this system. He's been really good in this
well.
system. 12 turnovers tonight, 12 assists tonight, no turnovers.
Yeah.
That's fourth all time in Raptors history, like in terms of assists.
Playing great.
And so he fits the system. You look at Precious Achiuwa tonight. He's adapted to this new role, playing in the high post, being a facilitator. And then he steps out and hits a three. Oh yeah, he was doing that before. So you still have all these bits and pieces with the improvements, which is why I think they are eventually going to be a better team.
The cool thing about Schroeder is I didn't know that he had, that much flair. Like you really get to see it up close on a nightly basis. He's got a little bit of something to his game. And I love the precision with the passes, some of those flare passes. Like he's making difficult passes right on the money. Hey, that's hard to do.
It is.
You're
But,
the recipient of a lot of those.
a lot of times when you get a guy like that, it's when you get him. Right?
Yeah.
He's grown up in the NBA.
He really has.
Right? He's also had a great international career. So the timing of getting him, even after being with LeBron, being in a situation, it's not the easiest, right? You come in here, now he's ready to have the freedom.
Yeah.
He's ready to have that leadership role. He's ready to...
And be responsible with
be
it.
responsible, right.
Right.
So maybe if you had him 4 years ago, you wouldn't be saying this.
Yeah.
So the timing is great.
He and Pirtle are terrific together. Man, they are on the same wavelength in the two-man action.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Schroeder's one of those guys. He's got that Drew Holiday to his game where it doesn't look like he's going real fast, and all of a sudden he's by you.
Yeah.
He's got that herky-jerky hesitation,
Pirtle's been so good this season, especially from the field. I think I read he was leading the NBA in field goal percentage. Another game tonight, 8 of 9. Like, I'm noticing the finishing is so much better, obviously, than it was when he was here the first time. But it's like his touch is unbelievable right there.
There's no flash and dash to his game. There's just incredible efficiency. He's in the right place at the right time. His usage of angles.
Yeah.
He's got quick. I always joke, and you guys will laugh because we're dating ourselves. He's got the Twinkle Toes Flintstone.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The other two guys do.
No, I do.
But he's so nimble in tight quarters.
See, Jack. Flash and whatever, no substance. See?
Yeah, style, no substance. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just. So they run those two-man actions in tight quarters, and you're like, boop, boop, and he finishes.
Yeah.
He's really efficient, and thrilled to see it.
He moves. There are times when, talk about wavelength, Pascal will be doubled down low, and all of a sudden Pirtle appears, and Pascal finds him. He just understands how to play. He does. He really
think those
does.
finishes, with the opposite hand going kind of like behind his back to the net and stuff. I'm like really surprised that he makes those. Those aren't always easy shots, and he seems to make every single one of them.
Like I said, he doesn't take shots. Okay, he doesn't take shots he can't make.
Right? Yeah.
That's a big part.
That is a big part.
He knows what his game is. You'll see him have the ball in certain areas. He won't even look to shoot.
Yeah.
But when he's got his spots, he knows, boom, I got
and that's
this.
not a guy that's worried about his field goal percentage. That's just a guy that understands where shots come from. He's not trying to force anything.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to. Trying not to miss shots. He's just taking good shots and he's making them.
Yeah. Suns obviously have this, ultra high-powered offense, but the Raptors, more or less kept them in check defensively. What was working for them on that side of the basketball?
We talked about it pregame on TSN about, hey, the most important. I thought tonight was, everyone energy, this, that, the other. You got to play perimeter defense.
Yeah.
I thought the perimeter defense tonight, OG Anunoby, Siakam,
Scottie
Barnes, Flynn, Trent, Achua, whoever switched out, yada, yada, yada. Everybody was dialed in on closing out and playing with great energy, and they just did a really good job, and nobody fouled a jump shooter tonight. They closed out solid, made guys take tough shots.
I think of a lot of easy shots Phoenix had in this game.
No.
Yeah, they challenged. I thought they really were on task, on point on their defensive assignments.
And again, so it goes back to where it gets frustrating that why did Strus get the looks? Why did Royce O'Neal get the looks?
Yeah.
When you can lock down or you're not locking them down, but you can make every shot a nightmare for a Phoenix Suns team with Durant and Booker.
What were they doing against Durant? This is a guy that can get his shot.
You're not going to stop him.
No.
What you do is you make everyone hard. You make it all difficult.
Just made it hard for him.
Yeah, you got a hand in his
hard.
face.
Yep.
Make him take, make him take 30 shots, right? You just make it difficult. No one player is stopping this guy. I mean, he's a great player, but the more difficult you can make it, the more work he's got to put into it, and then make him defend at the other end. Yeah. I mean, that takes time. That takes away from him. So they did that to both of those guys.
Jonesy, was there a telling stat for you or a player that stood out more than some others?
40% from the floor for Phoenix.
Yeah.
And this is a team that's top 5 in three-point percentage.
And 7-2 on the road. This is the best road team in the NBA.
And I just, to Leo's point, if you're going to make shots, you're going to make them. But we're not giving you shots. They worked for everything. The Phoenix had to work.
Booker never got a chance to get on track.
No.
Right? He started out slow, but never got a chance to get on track. A guy like that, if he knocks down 2 or 3, that could lead to who knows what.
Right.
He never got that chance.
Right. Okay, it's time for our fan of the night, the segment we do every time on the show. Let's hear it for
let's go.
Walter.
Is there anything else you've taken off of that
where are
list?
you at? Come on in. What?
Anything else you've taken off of that list for fans?
No, that's a good
more
list.
tickets.
Leo. That's a
Tickets
good
are
list.
gone.
Come on in,
Tickets are
Walter.
gone.
Let's go. There he goes. He's moving. He's moving. What's up, man?
I'm here.
How are you?
How are you guys?
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
All
Nice
right.
to meet
This
you.
is your mic.
What's up?
Armstrong.
How are you
Leonard
guys?
Rautins, Paul Jones,
Excellent.
Esquire.
So, ready for my question?
Yeah,
We're ready. We're ready to go.
Give me a comment, but if you have a question.
Hold the mic up so we can hear you.
What do we need to do to stay consistent?
Wow.
Consistency through so far in the season? And furthermore, how do we close out the fourth quarter?
Well, we kind of got a blueprint today.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Kind of got a pretty good
How do we
idea.
maintain that?
Well, we were just talking about that somehow you got to bottle up what you did in terms of intensity and work and effort, and that has to come out every day.
Yeah.
And be disciplined,
Be
right?
disciplined,
Like we were talking about that. No bad fouls.
Yes.
Only 10 turnovers. I mean, this is a team that's turned the ball over a lot. 7 last night, 10 tonight. Give yourself a chance. Like those, Jack was talking about the little things, right? And that's what's going to lead to the consistency.
And I'll say another thing as a former coach, and these guys have coached, they know it. The more you're with a team now, Dwayne Casey used to have a great line. He goes, you tell on yourself. So they told on themselves tonight. Mm-hmm. And now if you're Coach Starco, you go, I'm going to light you guys up now. That's unacceptable. This is the standard that I see that you've shown me that you can get to.
On no sleep after a late night on a back-to-back.
So I don't want to hear about nothing. I don't want to hear about nothing. You've beaten Indiana and the Phoenix Suns on back-to-backs where we're dog-tired. And, man, you just came in and outplayed people, and you made big plays when it counted. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So the longer you coach a team now, there's a shared journey you're going through together, and now you go, nah, we're here. I'm not settling for here. This is our standard of performance, and we're gonna keep you there. And if you're not, I'm gonna get into you. And if you're not, I'm gonna put someone else
in there. Yeah.
So to me, I think it's forming in a good way.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You ready? You happy with those answers?
I like that. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to it, to see how it turns out. And I get it. New coach, bringing it all together. That chemistry needs to happen.
Yeah.
But I love what you said.
Well,
raise the bar and consistency. Keep it
It
there.
sounds nice, but in theory, but honestly, it's hard to do.
I can
Just
imagine.
before you spin, Randy lowered the bar. I just want you to know that.
Are you
A
ready?
little bit more.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
I'm ready.
Shoot for a
Spin
prize?
around here.
All right, let's go over to
Let's
the
go.
wheel. First of all,
Spin-a-rama.
what are you looking for? We got a gift card, we got socks, we got a bag, 2 apps.
Socks.
No tickets.
We got a jersey, it's
No
signed.
tickets.
Where are the tickets?
And
Where are the tickets?
The tickets got
Who took the tickets?
tickets got supplanted for the jersey,
You know
which
what?
is also a good gift.
I could go for a hoodie. Why not?
All right, okay, go for a spin. Go for a spin.
Used to be tickets.
Give it a
up
good
there.
spin. I like it.
Socks.
What do we got? I'm gonna guess 2 apps.
A mug.
No one's ever won 2 apps yet. A Yeti cup. That's all right.
Who doesn't want a Yeti
He's
cup?
not having-
Everybody loves-
you gotta shoot for it.
Everybody loves a
All right,
Yeti
here's
cup.
the line here. Here's the line, Walden. Read the back.
we all-
Oh, he does read it. Nice.
Clean.
Got it. Here you go, bud. Let's show the camera right here. Come on over here.
right,
Randy,
Yeti
Randy,
cup.
you should get 2 Yeti cups for that swish right
You
there.
know what?
Do you have a
being so
shout out
cheap
you want to
with
give anybody at
prizes.
home?
To my daughter.
Oh,
Hope she was watching on TV and having fun. Thank you, guys.
all right, Walden. Thanks, man. Nice
There's
to
a lot
meet
of
you.
good stuff you can put in that Yeti cup.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You want me to get you out of here?
Those Yeti cups are amazing.
Hey, Jack, remember used to be tickets up there?
These should be tickets.
Yeah.
I think Randy's got some scam going where they're giving him the tickets, but they're not
What
putting
are you
them
guys
up on
talking
the.
about?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking
You
about?
out on the street? Are you out on the street outside the building selling them?
Oh,
What
the
are you
most
doing?
eligible bachelor in Toronto needs the ticket.
By the way, he's wearing Hugo Boss cologne
Yeah, you can
tonight.
smell them a mile away.
La-di-da.
I'm wearing Old Spice or that old stuff they have at the golf course, Josie. What is
It's like the commercial. They can smell him coming. They start to work. But when he's gone, it's like, how come
Well,
there's
he's
no
the
work
most
done?
eligible bachelor in Toronto.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
He needs the ticket, so I get it. I
$100
get it now.
cologne.
That makes sense now. He needs the tickets.
Does it smell good, Jack? Is that
You smell great.
okay? And the tickets
do.
are.
I mean, it's
look,
amazing.
there's 2 prime prizes: tickets and the jersey, which is signed. It's a signed jersey.
You're rattled, aren't you?
No. All right, let's do a
I
little
see the
overtime. real
jersey
quick.
on the wheel. I don't see
rattled.
the
The
tickets.
tickets are not there because the jersey's there.
Oh, okay.
We'll figure it out.
Either are.
All right, Draymond
going.
Green. Draymond Green now back from his 5-game suspension. He apologized to his teammates for his actions, his impact on the team, but to the media, he He stated he had no regrets. He'll always defend his teammates. What's your take on these two opposing actions taken by Green?
You can,
I know we
you
guys
can
talked
defend
about
your
this.
teammates without hurting your team. Like, he got carried away with the headlock, the chokehold on Rudy Gobert.
He doesn't like him.
Are you okay with this? I know you were
I'm
pro
not. I don't want
choking.
I don't want an apology from Draymond Green. He is who he is. He's going to keep doing what he is. If anything, you have the referees apologize. They allow him to do what other people can't. Don't ask him to apologize. He's going to keep playing his way.
Yeah, no, I do think, and I said this a few weeks ago when you brought it up. I think he's been allowed to abuse officials and cross the line more than any player in the NBA.
Yeah, so don't ask him to apologize.
And they've enabled it. They've empowered it.
And now created a different standard.
So, and by the way, when it's all said and done, when he retires, he'll be sitting on some desk as an expert because everyone will forget about all that.
For sure.
And he's a great player. I love him. He's a great player. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's on the other 20, if you're one of the other 29 teams, you hate his guts.
Can we watch it again, Nick? Can you bring up that play again? Because I'm just like, it's funny to me that Steve Kerr will say this is unacceptable. This is not something that we want on this team and all that kind of stuff. And yet he doesn't really regret
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
I wasn't on the show when you're talking. I do still feel that way, Leo.
What? What did he do?
It wasn't that bad.
He yanked him off. Look at this. He yanks him off his teammate.
He comes
And he
flying.
doesn't
Let him go.
This is
He doesn't like
WWE,
him.
man. This is WWE.
He let him go eventually.
Hey, look, I'll say
Just
this,
trying to
though.
help him tie his tie. Right?
I'll say this. As much as anything else, that's what makes Draymond a great player.
That does.
Because, absolutely. You know what? And you look at him coming out. I loved him coming out of Michigan State.
Yeah.
And that guy plays with an edge. He's tough.
How many teams missed on that dude?
A
Second
lot of
round.
teams missed on him.
Second
so,
round.
Look,
So you don't think you
gotta-
have to choke someone to be that
No,
good?
no, no,
He
I'm
can
not
do all
saying
those
that.
things,
But
not
you know
choke
what?
somebody.
I'm not
He's
saying
also
that.
sending a message to Rudy, who he doesn't like.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
they couldn't-
a
and
guy you're intimidated by that you need to
and-
send a message
And
to.
they can meet in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They can meet in the playoffs.
I tell you, look, and
He
again,
just doesn't he's just not doing a random act. Trust me.
So you're
I
not,
would love to coach him.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
have a,
for sure.
I'd have
Me
to.
too.
There'd be times we'd probably be prepared to fight each other.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I'd
Today's
rather
day-
try to tone somebody down
Correct.
than bring them up.
Right.
Do you think that Jonesy maybe this could work against them in the playoffs because you're giving more ammunition to the other team? Look, you know who doesn't care what Draymond says is Anthony Edwards.
Well, Rudy's going to get tough
Wow. Why are you sending a message to someone that's not going to get tough then?
because
Who
you're
does-
letting
who does
him
he go
know you
after?
don't respect him. That's
Who does
what
he
you're-
go after?
He's saying, I don't respect
Go
you.
does
after Anthony Edwards
does he
like
go
he
after?
did.
Right,
Like he did.
right.
Then what happens, right?
So what are you saying? You're talking a big game
I'm with
here.
Steve Kerr on this one. Like, I love, obviously, Draymond's a guy that I would have on my team, and I would love to coach him and all those kind of things.
crossed the line,
Quarterback, yeah, but he
He crosses the line a lot.
He crossed the line. And
he
like,
probably cost them a title
One in-
by going after LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah.
But overwhelmingly, the
Yeah.
big picture, you got to reel him in.
yeah.
He also won a few titles. So
You got to reel
Right,
him in.
right, all right.
But he's one of those guys. He'll be sitting right up here with us.
With us, it'd be
I
awesome.
don't know about here. He'll be
Yeah,
in
he'll
San
probably be
Francisco,
right,
but
probably be
nonetheless,
right here. Next game for
or he'll
the
be on
Raptors.
TNT or ESPN.
We'll stop there. Next game for the Raptors Friday versus the New York Knicks. Tip-off goes at 7:30 p.m. Eastern after the air.
Hey, Jack, you're
Come
right.
on
It
by Real
smells good.
Sports. Be a part of the
Smell
show.
beautiful.
Thanks
Really
for
good.
watching. And we'll see you
$100
next time.
cologne. That's where all the ticket money's going.